Okay, see here, this is a program to find square root of a number. So this is using a inbuilt function. So here we'll be using int s. Double means we need after decimal point more than 6 decimal places. Yeah, we need more than 6 decimal places after decimal point. So I'll be using double x d n. These are variables. So my input will be stored in n. So what is the formatting string for double? Percentage lf. Next here, so we don't have square root for negative numbers. So only here I'll be checking my first condition. If my n is greater than or equal to 0 only, I'll be calculating the square root. If it is false, it goes to the else part. It will print no square root for negative numbers. So we don't have square root for negative numbers. So now if it is positive, here I return one for loop for s is equal to 1, s into s less than or equal to n, s plus plus. So what do you mean by semicolon here? It's not an error. So if I put semicolon for a for loop, what do you mean by this? Anyone fast? What happens if I put semicolon for a for loop? It's not an error. Termination. What the termination means? Nothing is there inside the loop. The body of this for loop will be empty. Only these values will be updated. Yeah. After this, I'll decrement s. So next, for d is equal to 0.001, d less than 0.1.0, d plus is equal to 0.001. Next, I'll return one statement here. X is equal to double of s. What do you mean by this double? What do you mean by this? It's just typecasting. Your s was int. I'm converting your int to double. This is the way we convert s plus d. So I have one condition, x into x is greater than n. If it is true, execute this. If this condition is false, this entire for loop will be executed. Until this is true, this will be looping. Once it is false, you will come out, you will print the square of a number. You will print in x. So yeah, I'll tell the variables. So yes, see here, 2.236. A minute. Two 0.236. So here, this is the square root of 5. So here I have, this will be a decimal part, and this 0.236 will be a fractional part. So these two will calculate separately. So yeah, first I'll calculate 2, then I'll calculate 0.236 and I'll add 2. So to store this 2, I have one variable s. N is my input. So d is my decimal part, that's your 2.236. So x will be the addition of this s plus d. So these are the variables. So x is equal to s plus d. So n will be the input, x will be the sum of this decimal part and fractional part. So now let's execute this program. 1 minute. Okay. So yeah. So first I'll explain. I'll execute this part. Okay. I'll write here. S is equal to 1. So s is equal to 1 first time. Semicolon s into s, that's your 1 into 1 less than or equal to, so we'll take the input as 5. I'll take the input of 5, so my output should be 2.236. So yeah, return here. Okay. One more time I have to draw this. See here, yes, s is equal to 1 first time, 1 into 1 less than or equal to 5. True or false? Now everyone's reply. True or false this condition? S is equal to 1. 1 into 1 is less than or equal to 5. True or false? True. True means what happens? Nothing is there inside this loop. Again increment my I value. So S will be incremented to. So S is equal to 2. Again 2 into 2 less than or equal to 5. Again the condition is true or false? It's 4. Again true. So again nothing is there, increment the value of this. So yeah, S is equal to 3. Now remember, S is equal to 3. So 3 into 3 less than or equal to 5. Now the condition becomes false. Now the condition became false for the first time when my S value is equal to 3. See here, S value is equal to 3, my condition became false. You will come out of the loop. Here I have given S decrement, S minus minus. So what happens? What will be the S value? My 3 will be this. So S minus minus means S will become 2. Got it? Understood this this for loop? Everyone understood these two lines? You take any value, only execute these two lines, you will get my decimal part. So you will get the decimal part only when you are executing these two lines. So only when you execute these two lines you will get the decimal part. So I got my S is equal to 2. Now see this entire thing is in this is the for loop. This is the for loop. This entire thing is inside the for loop. I'll explain this in the next slide and I'll come back here. So remember here. So we have calculated S is equal to 2. Now I'll start explaining this. So yeah. Now I got S is equal to 2. Everyone know S is equal to 2. Now your decimal part, that's your 0.236. This should be between 0.001 to. Now I need to find this thing. So where does this thing will be? See, this will lies between 0.001 to 0.999. In this range only this number should be there, correct? Yes or no? Yes. So for this I take one variable. I take D is equal to 0.001. This will be my initial value till where I need to search till D should be less than 0.999. So every time this value will be incremented by 0.001, it will be incrementing in the steps of this. So for this I have written one for loop. This is the for loop. So this is the for loop I have written. For D is equal to 0.001, D should be less than 1.0, D plus, what is this? D plus is equal to 0.001. A plus is equal to 1. What is the meaning of this? The meaning of this is A is equal to A plus 1. See here, what is this? Plus is equal to is a shorthand operator. This specifies this one. Similarly, D plus is equal to D plus 0.001. See here. So this will be the entire for loop. So this is very important. I want everyone to execute this. This is the entire thing for loop, and this is your if condition. Got it? Now I'll explain this program. So first time your D will be 0.001. Every time I'll be calculating my x. X is equal to your S, double of S. Your S will be fixed. The S will be 2. I've already calculated. Now what's your D value? First first time my d value will be 0.001, so it will be 2 plus 0.001 is equal to 2.001. So now apply here, the condition will be false. See here, 2.001 into 2.001 is greater than 5, your input is 5, false. If the condition is false, I will not execute this, I will increment my d value. So my d value will be incremented to second time, my d value is 0.002. So now again calculate x, that's your 2 plus 0.002, so it's 2.002. Again substitute here, again the condition will be false. So this will be false, again loop back. So first time it will be 0.001, second time it will be 0.002, third time it will be d is equal to 0.003. Similarly for the 236th time, what will be the d value? Anyone? So if it is 0.001, 2, 3, for 236th time your d value will be 0.236. Yes or no? I want reply for this. Yes or no? So first iteration, it will be 0.001, second iteration it will be 0.002. Similarly 236 iteration means this many number of times I have executed the loop, you assume. So now again calculate your x. So it will be 2.236, again 2.236 into 2.236 greater than 5. It's again false. Again false means you will loop back. So false, I loop back. Next, my next iteration will be, see here, I have got the x value here. If anyone see here, this is the square root of the 5, but I am going to the next iteration. See here, I got my x value. Wait a minute. See here, I have got the x value, but my condition is false. So I'll be looping back, I'll increment to 237th iteration. So this time I'll again calculate your x, it will be 2.236. When you multiply for the first time, see here, for the first time this for if condition will become true here. See here, for the first time the if condition becomes true here. Now the condition became true. So what happens when the condition is true? So now I'll execute. What's your x value? What's your x value? I'll execute this line now. X is equal to, it's 2.237 minus 0.001. So what will be the x value now? 2.236. So I got this. Now break. What do you mean by break? What happens when I use break inside your for loop? So the control comes out of the entire for loop. Understood? Yes or no? I want the reply please. So once the break is executed, it comes out of your entire for loop. So once you come out of the entire for loop, I'll go to the previous slide. So my x value will be printed here. The square of the given number is equal to 2.236. My final x value will be this one. This will be the final x value. This will be the final x value here. This one. And it will end the program. See, and it will end the program. Understood this program? So I need everyone listen here. How many times this for loop is executed in this if n is equal to 5? How many times this for loop is executed? I want the reply. Yeah, 237 times. For 237th time, this became false and you came out of the loop. Understood? No? And next, it will be printed. So understood this program? Yes or no? Understood this square of a number? So we'll see a flow chart. So this is the way we give the input. Enter the number 49. If the it will be 7. Enter the 5. It will give the square root. If you enter -4, it will tell no square root for the negative numbers. See here, this is the. So sorry, I have not put the flowchart for this program. I have not put the flowchart for this program.